The psukim of Bilaam, his beautiful, eloquent statements, are somewhat complicated. Let's study a few of those psukim. Bilaam declares, Ki barech lakachti, barech with the comments under the base, uverach v'lo ashivenu, uverach with a tzere under the base, v'lo ashivenu, and I can't take it back. In the next pasuk, Hashem says, Lo hibit oven b'Yakov. God doesn't see iniquities in Israel. And then it ends with Hashem, Yud Kei Vav Kei Elokav, another name of God, Imo. What is this sequence of psukim, and what's the difference between Ubarech and Uberach? There's an R, a light that comes from on high, the divine light that comes as a shefa to bestow on this world. And up in Shamayim, it's called an Ar Pashut. It doesn't have any particular shape to it, any tzura. And everything depends upon the receptacle. If the receptacle is, heaven forbid, contaminated, then what comes from that light is going to be klola, curse, Rahman al-Islam. If, on the other hand, the receptacle is pure, then the light becomes a bracha, blessing. Barech, the kamatz, means closed. And that's what kamatz means. And it means that up in Shamayim, as a general rule, it's closed. It doesn't have a particular form or a shape. It's open for grabs, as we would say proverbially. But Uberach, Hashem says, I'm not going to allow this light to come through Bilaam. He's a rush, he's an evildoer, he's contaminated, he's repulsive. It'll certainly be a klolach chas v'shalom, but rather Uberach. I want it to have a tzura, a tzera, which is a tzura. It should have a shape already by the time he gets it. So his lakachti is already Uberach. And therefore, it already is a bracha up in Shamayim. And therefore, lo ashivenu, there's nothing that Bilaam could retract that. It's already been determined and set as a bracha in Shamayim. And why? Because lo hibid oven b'Yakov, because God doesn't see the ill in Bnei Yisrael. Even with regard to Bnei Yisrael, the Ar Pashut is received by them as a tzura, as already a bracha. And Hashem, which is Yud Kei Vav Kei, that's the Ar Pashut. Elokav, the way God puts it into a tzera imo. He writes on that we should be zocher to this kind of a bracha min hashamayim, and all the intended curses of our adversaries should be transformed into a bracha. Ken yiratzon. Amen. Thank you, and Shabbat Shalom.
Mama, 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 mama,